Ever thought about getting from Koh Rong or Koh Rong Sanloem to Battambang? Well, today in this travel vlog I'm taking a wild 15-hour journey which consists of 2 boats, a couple of buses, 1 tuk-tuk and more. I'm going to take you through the entire experience plus exactly how much it cost me on a budget, and trust me, by the end you'll know whether you should ever attempt this yourself. So get ready, we're diving headfirst into this epic journey. Good morning Cambodia, and hello from Sara Resort on Koh Rong Sanloem. We've just had our breakfast. I had the breakfast muffin and Beth had toast and jam, and it's the first time ever she's had toast and jam and she loved it. So I don't know why she's not been having it for all these years, but we're about to check out from the hotel, then take a speed ferry, is what it's called, all the way back to Sihanoukville, which will take about 45 minutes. And then from there, we'll be taking a bus, which takes around 9 hours up to Battambang. So we're hoping to have a successful ride, but we will have to see. Last time we took the boat, Beth was very seasick, so she's taken her seasick tablets before we get on, as it is quite choppy water. But hopefully it won't be as bad today. Now let's go and check out. And that is it, the last time we are going to be able to look at this view for a while, well, for pretty much ever, to be honest. I don't know whether we'll ever come back to Koh Rong Sanloem. Hopefully we do, because it was beautiful. But now we are getting on our taxi boat over to the port. There you go, you can see it over there. So we're just about to board that now. And we are back where the trip to Koh Rong Sanloem started, the Eden Pier. So here's our little taxi service, just taking our bags now up to the pier, which is very nice of him. And now we're going to be getting on the boat back to Sihanoukville. We've now got about 20 minutes to wait for our speed ferry to arrive, and it cost us around £27 for the both of us each way, so it's not too far and it's quite a quick ride too. It's only 45 minutes, but we've just got to hope that we don't feel seasick on it. So we actually got on a completely different boat to the first trip. This one's a lot bigger, so it's a lot less choppy, which means you're a lot less likely to get seasick. We did book the exact same boat both times though, but they must have changed one up, maybe because there wasn't as many people on the first trip, so they just took a smaller boat out. But that one was a lot more choppy, but then again, it was a lot quicker too, whereas I think this one might be a lot slower, so we've got to be careful that we don't miss the bus. And approximately 1 hour later, we have arrived here in Sihanoukville. So we're now going to camp out at the Cafe Amazon until the bus arrives in about 2.5 hours. But it was a fine boat journey. Wasn't too rocky. I did have a little bit of a headache, but if you get seasick, it's probably one of the better boats to get. In terms of getting from Koh Rong instead of Koh Rong Sanloem, I'm guessing it'd be a little bit further because it's slightly further from the port. So maybe you need a little bit more time to leave if you are getting a bus after. But yeah, now let's head over to the Cafe Amazon, set up base and get some food and drink. And now we are sat down here in Cafe Amazon. It's quite a good cafe actually, because it's got like plug sockets and lots of seating too, which is good. And it's only about a 1-minute walk from the port, so that's good too. But we have ordered ourselves a mixed berry smoothie and a cheese toasty, both coming to £3.55, which is about $4.50-ish. So we'll give these both a try and see what we think. But it's nice, the headache's slowly going away now that we've hit land. So it's good to have that little gap between the boat and the bus, because otherwise I would have felt even worse if I was on the bus for the next 9 hours, still feeling seasick. But here we go. God, that's cold, brain freeze. That's really nice though. It tastes like the, is it like slushy something? So I can't remember. It's a bit more slushy than smoothie that, but it tastes very good. And now we've got our toasty, which I'm not gonna lie, I've definitely seen better looking toasties. We'll see what it's like. It looks like it's French toast too, rather than normal toast. That's a little disappointing. I mean, it's fine for now and it's not too expensive either. But it's almost gone like stale. They've almost like toasted it before and left it in the box for a while. So now it's gone quite like stodgy and stale. We're just gonna chill out here for a few hours now, get my laptop out, do some editing, and then we'll head over to the bus. So we've now made our way over to the bus stop, and Beth's basically gone to ask about whether it's on time and where to wait for it. So most buses do come from this stop here, so you may recognise it if you are doing this trip. But on the way here, we went to 7-Eleven and we bought a water too. The 7-Eleven was 26,000 Rial, which is about a fiver, and the water came to like 50p, so about $1, a bit less than $1, which is pretty good. It's got quite warm now too. The blue sky is back out, so it is very hot. We need to be careful that we don't get burned. But we're now just going to go over to the waiting room and wait for our bus to arrive very shortly. So whilst we were waiting, let me tell you about the bus we are getting. So it's going to be a minibus, as well as called a VIP minibus. Hopefully we should have a bit more legroom and stuff. And we're leaving at 4:30 to get in for about 1 AM. But like all the other buses, we are hoping that this one turns up early. You can actually get other buses which are like sleeper buses and turn up at like 5 AM, but we found they usually arrive an hour to 2 hours before the time that it states. So we don't really want to be arriving at 4 or 3 AM, then having to wait till 2 PM to actually be able to check into our room. The minibus cost us both £20 each, so £40. So it's one of the most expensive buses that we have paid for, but it is a long journey. But hopefully, if all goes well, we should get there just before midnight. We found out why it is going to take so long. So the actual journey time was meant to be about 6.5 hours. However, we're actually going all the way back to Phnom Penh first to switch over bus. So it's an extra 3 hours added on to another 6 hours. So that's why it's going to take us 9 hours to get there. So we probably will arrive around 1 AM, which is a bit annoying. It does look like most of the buses do that though. So it's not really much that we could have done regardless, unless you want to pay loads more for like a private taxi that'll go straight to Battambang. We have now stopped off for 10 minutes here at the services, so if you want to go to the loo, there's some toilets there, and then you can go and get some food from the supermarket or something like that. So yeah, going to get back on the bus in just a few minutes, and then we'll be heading to Siem Reap, to Phnom Penh. And it is now 8 PM and we have arrived in Phnom Penh, which is not ideal. This is not where we wanted to be, but unfortunately we're going to have to switch buses now, which is at 8:35, so another half hour of waiting at a bus stop. And then we are on our way to Battambang, I believe is how it said, not Battambang, but Battambang. Apparently on a sleeper bus too, which was not what we planned, so we don't know whether it's going to look nice at all. This is probably the carnage that you get really here with the Cambodian buses. You never know what's going to turn up, whether it's what you booked or not. Some other guy was like complaining loads because it's not what he booked, but we're going to have a sleeper bus, so hopefully it's a clean one. It's meant to be VIP minibus, so hopefully it's going to be a VIP sleeper bus, but we will have to see. And it's still meant to arrive at 1 AM we asked, and he said 1 AM should be the arrival time, so hopefully that'll be okay, because we don't want to be getting there at like 2, 3 AM, because that's when you start getting tired the following day. And the whole reason that we got the bus so early was so that we didn't feel tired the following day, whereas if you get a sleeper bus and get in at 4 AM, it sort of ruins that day then. So we'll have to see what happens when it arrives. Beth and I have just got onto this sleeper bus, and we're actually sharing a like cabin almost, sharing a little bed. We're on the top bunk, both together, and then there's also the single beds on the other side just over there. But we've now got a 5-hour journey to Battambang, so hopefully we'll be able to get some sleeping. But I've noticed actually on this bus for the first time that there is some plugs. So I may be able to charge my laptop, which should be a result, because then I can do video editing too. But we'll have to see how it goes. We'll give it a go and see what happens. What a result. The charger is working, which is great news, because I can now do some video editing for 5 hours. So that is just what I needed. And we were just saying a second ago how we've gone from the luxury of sipping cocktails on one of the whitest and nicest beaches that we have ever been to, in a really nice hotel to sitting on a sleeper bus heading our way to Battambang. Apologies, the light is a little bit rubbish right now, but we've just stopped off at the services. We're very late because for some reason the bus kept stopping off and dropping off water bottles and things at loads of different shops, as if they were doing like their errands on the same day too. So I think it's looking like we're going to arrive there about 2:30, maybe even later than that. And we've arrived at the Muni Residence Spa, but 2 hours delayed, unfortunately. So we're here at 3 AM, which is not ideal, but what are the chances of that happening? All the other buses arrive early, and this one arrives late at one time that you need it to arrive early. So overall, as a summary, I'd say that it is a good way of getting to Battambang by doing the boat followed by the bus. It's just a little bit annoying that the bus wasn't as quick as we thought it would be. Maybe it's because it's one of the Cambodian ones rather than Vietnamese ones, but the other buses all seem to be on time or early, so we were quite surprised at how late it was. The boat was fine too, a lot better than the first boat which we got because we didn't feel too seasick at all. And then once we were dropped off, we spent $2 on a Tuk Tuk to take us from the bus stop to here. The overall spend was this much. I'll show it on the screen right now. But it's a nice and cheap hotel at only £26.50 per night, which is good news, and I will show you around now. So there's the bed. They've put some petals and 2 swans there, so that's very, very cute. Got some bedside tables too. Then on this left-hand side, it's like a desk area, TV. There's a board over here telling us all the stuff as well that they have. So there's like a laundry service. You can rent a motorbike, spa services, etc, etc. And you've got a little bit of hanging space here. I mean, you've got two hangers to hang all your stuff. And then in here you've got the shower, the toilet, and then as you come out, it's weird because the sink's actually on this side with the mirror and fridge. So small room, but pretty nice room. We're going to head off to bed now, so I do hope you all enjoyed the vlog because it is 3 AM. Then hopefully tomorrow morning we'll feel nice and awake so that we can go and do the activities for the day. So it's a small room, but it is a nice room, and we're going to be here for the next 3 nights. So I do hope you all enjoyed this vlog, and if you did, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see some more vlogging content, and I'll see you all in the next one.